Plenty Valley FM presents Sig's Flicks.
And it's a very good morning to Mr. Anderson down there in downtown Hamilton, sunny Hamilton down in the Western District. So welcome to Valley Lifestyles from the Country, Sig.
Yeah, so just out here in Hamilton, there's a really nice art display from a gentleman who did a lot of painting on his own, and no one knew about it over the years. He's got thousands of painting, and he discovered his estate, and there's an exhibit down here now, so we're going to head into that later today. But that has nothing to do with films, and I'm now going to be giving you the lowdown on this year's one of the big ones, the British Film Festival, from those heathens down south from a dyed-in-the-wool Scot like you.
Oh, thank you. We'll get the Scots from Hamilton to have a go at you.
Yeah, but the British is on, folks, and it is running from November 1, coming up shortly, the whole month, right through to the 29th, very nearly the whole month. So you got all month to see all these British films. Many of them I'll be talking about now, and you can see others if you like. If you like to go through the website, and I will faithfully give you that address, and it would be this. All one word, you know the routine, britishfilmfestival.com.au. And that's screening all around Melbourne at the Como, the Astor, the Baldwin down the road from us, the Brighton Bay, the Kino, the Pentridge, and the Westgarth. Lots of choices for you to see films at the British.
Beautiful. And I understand that you've got a bit of divorce proceeding.
Sorry, there's a bit of a drop out there. Would you repeat that question?
I think you've got a bit of divorce happening at the moment on screen.
Yes, that's very true. One of the films that you will be seeing is The Wife and Her House Husband. And this is an intriguing film. It's very honest and brutal. It's about written and directed by Marcus Marcoux, and it's about a couple who is in the throes of final stages of a divorce with their lawyer, and things are flying pretty hot and heavy, and there's a lot of yelling, as you can imagine. But they discover a letter that they wrote each other as young lovers at the beginning of the relationship, which gave themselves instructions. I've never heard of this before. It's a good idea. Instructions what they should do in the case of a potential future separation. And this is to create meaningful experiences and have things go a bit nicer and part ways with good closure rather than bitterness. And they initially, especially the husband, initially rejects this. I didn't write it. Where's this come from? I've never seen it before. And he's sort of yelling and carrying on. And he, over 4 days, they go through this, and they actually go through this thing, and they meet. They have a coffee. They reminisce about their first relationship, their first dating times, and a few other things they do. They each list one, and then one lists the other, and then one lists the other, and one lists another. A few things just to make it a little bit better. And it's just so brutally honest, this film. And if you're not into relationship films, you probably might not want to see this one. But I thought it was absolutely stunning. It's just really brutally honest, as I said. And this is a pretty two-hander from Lawrence Spellman as the husband and Laura Basin as the wife. And it's a good, tight script. And it's occasionally hard to hear with some of the British accents, and it is a bit of a slow burn, but it's good from, as I say, writer-director Marcus Marcoux. There's going to be a Meet the Director on this. You might want to check it out on the 14th of November. He will be coming out he might be here now, I don't know. He is out in Australia to give a little Q&A after, which is good to talk to him after the film, after the actual screening. So once again, that's at the Como on the 14th.
Right.
So, yeah, you want to see that one. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I must be honest, a friend of mine did not like it. She does not like relationship films. So if you're not into relationship films, you might want to give this one a miss. But it's, as I say, brutally honest, and it gets right into the depth of this. And a bit of a slow burn, as I say, and it goes right through these things. With the wife and her house husband. Now I'm going to get on with many other films I've got here.
You said you were going to an art exhibition. The next one you might be talking about is about developing some art. Squaring the Circle.
Which one is that?
Squaring the Circle.
Oh, Squaring the Circle. Yeah, that's coming up. Well, we've got that on my list here. Yes, I'll be talking about that shortly. We've got a few others, though.
Go for it.
Find them in order here. We have Michael Caine. Sir Michael Caine. He's just recently announced his retirement, and he is in a film called The Great Escaper. And this is based on a true story, and starring with Glenda Jackson before she tragically died shortly after filming finished. And this is based on a true story back in 2014 and the 70th anniversary of the D-Day landing. We have 80-year-old Bernie Jordan, played by Michael Caine. It made global headlines when he did a great escape from his care home and went out to join his fellow war veterans on the beach at Normandy and to commemorate their fallen comrades. And it was difficult because he couldn't get out, and he finally did. It was only 48 hours, as I say, and it was quite a story. So The Great Escaper is a good relationship between veteran actors Michael Caine and Glenda Jackson, as I say, who died soon after. And that's a good film.
Great.
And yeah. Do we have messages, or will I go on?
Yeah, a couple of messages, and we'll come back with on the other side of this with what's the next one?
Okay, the next one is going to be a retrospective about Britain's leading ladies.
Okay, on the other side of this, Sig with some leading ladies.
Nearly 71% of parents know that their kids are not confident swimmers, and nearly half of all parents don't get them swimming lessons. Spring and summer is when kids are at drowning risk because the weather warms up and they want to jump in the pool. The 0 to 5-year-old area is the really big high risk. Some key things to check are the fence and the gates. Is the gate self-closing? Does the Magna latch work? Is the area clear of items that would help get a kid entry, like a table they could jump on to get over the fence? Make your pool safe for summer.
88.6 Bloody Valley FM.
And Sig's making it safe for summer to see the movies and some leading ladies, Sig.
Yes, indeed. And this is a really nice retrospective of the very soon to start British Film Festival. Excuse me a second.
And a cough from downtown Hamilton.
We have a retrospective of Britain's finest leading ladies. This is a great collection of films featuring, as you can imagine, Britain's leading ladies. First of all, we have Helen Mirren, stunning actor in Caligula, the ultimate cut. This is a very long film and a pretty confronting film, so you might want to see her in that. Also, we have Howard's End from 1992 with Emma Thompson, Helen Bonham Carter, and Vanessa Redgrave, some great British actors. Also, Prunella Scales is in that one from Fawlty Towers, Sybil. And Sybil? We have Vanessa Redgrave again in Morgan, A Suitable Case for Treatment from 1966 from David Warner. And we have veteran classic film, The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie's, featuring the ever magnificent Maggie Smith from 1969. We've got Remains of the Day with Anthony Hopkins and Emma Thompson. And we have the other one for the British finest leading ladies series, Women in Love, with Glenda Jackson, Jeannie Lennon, Eleanor Braun, and several others. So we got several there.
How did Miriam go? Miriam Margolyes.
Miriam Margolyes?
Yeah.
She's an Australian actor. I've always been brilliant in the British. She may be in some of those, but yeah. Now, you have several others.
Yep.
I'm not really sure which one you asked about before, but I'll just go through these other ones.
Squaring the Circle.
Oh, yeah, that was a really good documentary. That is, you'd love this one. Anthony Corbin directed this one. It's a documentary about hypnosis, a very high-rated music album cover artists, and they Storm Thorgood and Poe Powell, and they were back in the 70s, and they designed some of the most iconic album covers of all time. For example, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, that famous, recognized prism album cover on Dark Side of the Moon, and other album covers from Paul McCartney after the Beatles and his group Wings, groups like Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, House of the Holy. There's AC/DC from here, Australia. Oh, so many of them. You'd love this one. A really good reference to a lot of these fantastic music album covers, and it features the music from the time as well. We have interviews from Paul McCartney, Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, David Gilmour from Pink Floyd, Roger Waters, Noel Gallagher. I don't like him much, but he sort of pontificates a bit. He said once, actually, he hadn't used those because he couldn't afford them. Gabriel. There's several others. And this was very popular at Melbourne Film Festival and with some people, so you guys might want to see this one.
It's about 100 minutes too, isn't it?
Yeah, 91 minutes actually long, the film, documentary.
Right.
And it was popular at MIF with many people, and it was featured many of these interviews. These two guys were constantly fighting with each other, but they wanted the best to come forward. They wanted to go into film later on, but the original guy had big ideas, which were too expensive. Storm Thorgerson, it didn't work too well for him. So,
right. Well, we've got about a minute left, mate.
Okay, a minute for one more. Well, I'll give one more. I'll save the best for the last. We got a stunning documentary about Alfred Hitchcock, and this comes in 2 hours, maybe a little bit long, but it features an impressionist who narrates the film right through as if he were Hitchcock, and it's quite good. Virtually clips from every Hitchcock film made from 6 different perspectives, and there's been so much written and done about him. This one is really definitive after all this time. So after a 50-year career, Hitchcock is expressed very well in this one, called My Name is Alfred Hitchcock. Lots to see at the British Film Festival, Bill.
Thank you very much, Sig, and thanks for Bill Chamberlain and Wayne Harridge today, and Sig Anderson at Downtown Hamilton. It's Bill McGillivray signing off for Valley Lifestyles today, and have a good trip, Sig. Bye for now.
Thank you very much.